Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
My cat says hello
Hi.
too.
Today we're doing BBEGs of Reddit. This is a holiday episode, and today we're talking about Thanksgiving baddies. Do you guys have any Thanksgiving stories?
One time my mom was like, "Are you on LSD at Thanksgiving?" And I was like, "No, but I was."
Oh no!
And another time,
Did she believe you?
Yes.
Well, Jaime's mom, is your mother still with us?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
hanging out. She called me
Jaime's
last
mom-
night.
She's right. She's right here behind the
She's
green
at your
screen.
house. Spencer, right?
Yeah.
She comes out. Jaime, I knew it. This is
Mijo.
to discover this exact thing.
Mijo, ¿qué
You
estás
can come out, we
haciendo?
fucking
Ay, mijo, que no.
All right, guys, we got it. We can...
Oh my God, you've been
I-
working for her the whole time.
This entire project has been a front.
Oh, can I actually tell you? Can I tell you a story that actually happened to me on Thanksgiving once?
Absolutely.
One time I went. This is the same year actually. So I take that, use that as context. But I went to my house on Thanksgiving morning. Like I'd spent the night at a friend's house, and when I got there, it was like totally empty. My house was like weirdly empty, and like my house is, so like usually like the place where everybody would meet up for Thanksgiving, and the whole family, like not just like immediate family, but like extended family.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like weirdly totally empty, and I was like, oh, this is very strange. And like I said, I was intoxicated, and still like from the previous night prior, and I was like, I made a hot dog in the microwave, and I was like, is there anybody here? This is so weird. Like there were cars there, but nobody was there, and like everywhere I went in my house, there was like I didn't hear anything. It was very strange. My house is very loud, and there's a lot of people there usually, especially on holidays. And I was like very like weirded out. And then I went to the bathroom. What's that?
High as hell. Just imagine you high as hell, like.
Yeah. Very, very that. And like I went to the bathroom, and like I remember my dog wasn't even there. It was really strange. It was like super weird. And I opened the door from the bathroom after leaving the bathroom, or after being in the bathroom, and this dog I've never seen in my life attacked me, like full blown jumped at me, from the hallway, and I had like slammed the door, and be like, what the fuck is that? What is happening? Like, it was super surreal. Anyway, it's not really much of a story. My family had all gone out to get food together, like to go to the grocery store, and
Where did the dog
my
come from?
cousins had brought their new dog with them and left it at the house. And separated my dog from their dog. So
in the haze, it was kind of like.
But like, okay. I was just like, am I in the right house? Where am I? Like,
it's like when you take a nap and you wake up and you're like, I don't know what year it is. I don't know.
What century
where
are
I
am?
Also, I have a story. So my dad had like redone our whole house, like 10 years ago. And so like 2 years ago at Thanksgiving, we have friends come sometimes because our house is the house. And so there was a bunch of family there and like two friends or whatever. And one of the friends had brought her friend, and she had these like super high heels on. And when she left, I noticed that there were like little dents in the floor. And my dad got pissed. And to this day, those dents are still there. It's like little pock marks in the floor. And he's like, my floor!
Wait, how did the dents get there?
Her heels.
From her stilettos.
Oh,
she was just standing in that general area, and so there's pockmarks in the floor, like a series of pockmarks there, still to this day. He gets mad whenever
Does he
anyone
keep
brings
them there
it
out
up.
of spite?
No, he just like, it's hard to fix. So he's like,
Okay, we're going off on a tangent of house stories. I have a story.
Okay.
This was back when I lived in Ohio. I lived in Cleveland, Ohio. And I was in a neighborhood with a lot of smaller houses that were all pretty close together, and invited someone over for a D&D night. And this was like the second time they had ever come to my house, and the last time was months before that. And so we just leave our door unlocked, and we tell people, just come on in, it's fine. And so he comes in, walks down to our basement where we are, and I see him with this like look of abject fear on his face as he says, "I just walked in the wrong house." Turns out he went to our neighbor, walked right into their home while they were eating dinner. The parents' back was to him, and he made eye contact with the children.
Terrifier.
And then went,
Terrifier
"Oh
3.
fuck," and turned and ran.
I have done that before.
That man's name was Michael Myers.
No, it was Josh. Hey, Josh, if this makes its way to you at any point, yeah, I just put that out there for the world, so enjoy.
Well, these are going to be some crazy Thanksgiving-based stories.
Let's hear it.
First story. This story comes from the subreddit Am I the Asshole? From user BaseVast2471. Am I the asshole for laughing after my sister implied my brother's girlfriend's dish wasn't good at Thanksgiving?
Continue.
Yeah, no, I this could easily go either way. This is not like, there are some where you read the title and you're like, yeah, that seems like you're a scumbag. Give me the context. Now, this one, I'm curious.
I, a 27-year-old female, and my brother, quotes, John, a 26-year-old male, are very close. So I was definitely shocked when he surprised us on Thanksgiving by bringing his new girlfriend, quotes, Chelsea. He was very happy though, and to be honest, that's the only thing we want for him. So we, grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, held off on all questions until another time. Anyway, dinner time rolls around, and we're sharing everything. And my aunt kind of pulls me off to the side and tells me we're not going to be eating my mashed potatoes because Chelsea brought some, and John asked that we serve those. I was a little peeved, not going to lie, because I've done the mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving since I was 16, but I got over it pretty fast. I really didn't care as long as they were good. Spoiler alert, they were not. Everything that could have gone wrong with those potatoes went wrong. There were raisins. She was really excited though, so when we asked everyone if they were good, she got some you know, the kind you do with your mouth closed and an uncomfortable smile on your face. Everything else was good, so her dish was highlighted. We all thought we passed it though, until my nephew spit it out into a tissue. She said something about not pleasing everybody to lighten the mood, because we were all looking at him hard as well. And my brother went, I'm sure they're glad to have a break from my potatoes anyway, and then laughed. I wasn't going to say anything, but my sister, 22-year-old female, said, we are not, in the most monotone voice. I just laughed, man. Like one burst of a cackle. Chelsea teared up and the rest of the night was awkward. My brother called me an ass and is still mad at me. Am I the asshole?
He's an asshole for suggesting that everyone's like happy to not have her potatoes.
I agree.
Yeah, I'd say there were multiple mistakes that led to this final moment of the laugh, and I think the laugh itself was not the sin in question.
Right.
There's no reason you can't just have 2 dishes of potatoes.
Exactly. I was thinking
Like,
about
That's
that.
also true.
Firstly, why the
That's
fuck not
also
just
true.
have 2 potato dishes? Secondly, like, when someone's trying to lighten the mood for what is clearly an awkward situation, going further into the awkwardness because you just decided that family members aren't allowed to bring significant others, I guess, is a fucking dumb thing to do.
I think she felt slighted because he didn't tell her that he had a girlfriend beforehand, because supposedly they're close.
Yeah, fine, but come on, this is a ridiculous reaction. Like, it seems like this was an avoidable situation on like
100%.
several different points.
100%.
So I would say the question, am I the asshole for laughing? No. That shit is objectively funny. That is a bit from a sitcom. Like, straight up.
I also feel like if it was my first time meeting my boyfriend's family, I don't think I would bring a dish. So that was bold of her in the first place. There's no way to know the caliber of the chefs in the family.
Right.
And where you fit in.
And then for you to just be like, no, I want... Okay. Do you think he told her, hey, maybe you should make something and bring it so that you can impress the family? You think that's
that
what
would
happened?
be my guess, is that he said, hey, everyone brings a dish. And so she went, oh, cool, I'll make mashed potatoes, I'll bring a dish.
Her signature dish.
So that's
Mashed
the thing, right?
potatoes.
Is like, for what I'm used to personally is, yes, sometimes there is the rhythm, the tradition of, this is the dish that this person or this family brings, but it's not a point of honor. It's not anything like that. It's just like, they make a good green bean casserole, so usually they bring a green bean casserole. Like, it's very casual on that. So in that dynamic, someone else bringing the mashed potatoes is like, oh, cool, we just have 2 things of mashed potatoes, so I guess we'll just be eating a lot of potatoes. Like, that's it. That's all it boils down to. So that's probably part of why I'm like, why was everyone being so weird about it? Because that's the family dynamic I'm used to.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing about it was the boyfriend said, her brother said that he specifically wanted her potatoes to be served instead of his sister's.
That's a weird thing to do. That's the wrong move.
So
man.
that's why they got into that predicament. But at the same time, like,
And if
potatoes
How do you
are not a
mess up mashed
zero-sum
potatoes?
game. Potatoes aren't a zero-sum game. I'm sorry. You can, it's not like it's an either-or proposition here.
I mean, more
feel
potatoes
like-
is more potatoes.
Yeah.
If he knows that his sister has been bringing the mashed potatoes and making the mashed potatoes for
Right.
Thanksgiving since
Yeah.
she was 16, why wouldn't he at least tell her beforehand, like, hey, I'm bringing someone, they're going to bring mashed potatoes? I kind of, like, broach
They
the
still would have been
subject.
nasty, but, you know.
Let's
At least he was
pretend we're in the
courteous.
scenario in which, like, he just gave a vague make a dish. If we're in the scenario in which, like, the signature dish is the point of pride, right? Then shouldn't he have had the forethought to say, hey, make a dish just to let you know these are the ones that you should not fuck with? Or bring a dish, let me know what it is so I can let my family know ahead of time. Like, both of those are options that would have totally diffused the situation. I think I'm going to say the person who was the asshole in this scenario, and I think asshole's a bit of an exaggeration, but whatever.
Is a little kid.
Is no, the kid's fine. Kids say the darndest things, whatever. Is the brother. The brother who
100%.
did not make sure there was no overlap on dishes, who, like, I mean, he tried to diffuse the situation in the end, but not in the best way if you've already hurt someone's pride by not serving their dish, saying, well, at least we get a break from... It's like, I get you're trying to make a joke to, like, mellow things out. That's the wrong one to make.
Right.
It's...
And that actually goes into some of the comments. The verdict is not the asshole.
Yeah.
And some of the comments are saying, hey, not the asshole. Your brother is the asshole here. He set her up. He
Yeah,
did.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
a setup earlier.
Absolutely.
He set her up. He should have told the family he was bringing someone to dinner. 1. He knew that you make the mashed potatoes every year. 2. He saw those raisins. 3.
Yeah.
And he made that comment about your dish. Your brother, and this is emphasized, your brother set her up.
Yeah.
Yep. No, genuinely. I am very much down with that verdict.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the girlfriend.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the sister. And
Maybe
I
he's
feel
trying
bad
to
for
break up
everyone
with
put in
her.
the awkward situation.
That's what I was thinking. Is this like a setup?
Maybe he's trying to break up with her. That's wild.
I will say, by the way, raisins in the mashed potatoes.
That's
it doesn't
insane.
make you the asshole, but it does make
No, it
you
does.
an immoral human being.
You know, I
think-
It's
I
so
think it's
confusing.
definitely it shouldn't be there. 1.
What a
2.
choice.
It's aggressive. Like it's you're
Fine.
It's
aggressive.
You're
It's
walking
bold
in. You're walking
and
in
aggressive.
and making a kind of you're throwing down a gauntlet, right? You're like, check it out.
Right.
I
But
made
should have played
mashed
it safe.
potatoes because they're going to apparently only be one. And
You're
that
walking
mashed
in sight
potatoes-
unseen,
Yeah.
and you say, "I'm gonna throw some raisins in this bitch."
Hi, this is a metaphor. This bowl of potatoes is a metaphor for the relationship I have with this family because you've never met me before,
Terrible.
and I have little extra special parts that you're gonna have to deal with. Like,
I think there's not many people who love raisins in the first place, but for them to be in a savory dish is a wild choice to me.
Picadillo has raisins. It's so good.
I feel like
That-
there's absolutely a
ooh,
way to
Never had
make
it.
it work. Like, I feel
make
like
it
there is a correct way if you're setting out to do something crazy.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Tony, before you make an enemy out of me.
Okay.
Because if you tell me raisins go in a potato salad or mashed potatoes at all, I'm gonna have words for you.
I've had Korean
No.
potato salad that has
Okay.
raisins in it. It's pretty good, actually.
I genuinely think this isn't a raisins go in mashed potatoes. That's not the claim.
Okay.
The claim I'm going to make is if you were determined to use raisins in a mashed potato dish, I'm sure there's some sort of weird variation of like slightly desserty or using like a sort of reduction to flavor the potatoes and stuff. Like, I'm sure there's a way to make it tasty.
I
That being
wholeheartedly
said-
You know what?
disagree.
Let's move on.
There is an update.
Oh,
We don't
there's
know
an
what hers
update?
look like.
There is an update. It's a very small one. It's actually an edit from the OP. My sister and I both apologized, although I just said I'm really sorry, and my sister did more.
Did more what?
Apologize.
She did more apologizing. She unhinged her jaw and sucked down the whole plate of mashed potatoes.
Hey, I'm sorry, and as an apology, I'd love to give you this. A recipe for mashed
no.
potatoes.
All right. Yeah, I think we're all agree this OP was not an asshole.
Not an asshole.
Next
I'm
story.
gonna start sweating.
This story also comes from Am I the Asshole? From user throwra_ads here 27. Title: Am I the asshole for not wanting to do Thanksgiving dinner at my parents' without my wife?
I mean, my immediate reaction is no, you're not the asshole for
Right.
that. That's your wife. Like, that's there's gonna have to be some fucking crazy context
Where's
for
the
me
red
to say
flag
that you're an
guy?
asshole for wanting your wife to be at the Thanksgiving function.
Yeah, this is. I feel like the parents are not gonna. I don't know. They're
Or
probably
she
not
was
gonna
trying to
come out
force
well with
him
this.
to go to hers. I don't know.
Yeah. Story. I, 30-year-old male, feel stupid for even asking. My sister, 29, and my wife, 34, did not have the best history. Before we met, my wife was my sister's landlady, and she was renting the room at the back of my wife's house for 6 years. Or 6 years ago. She got evicted less than 4 months after moving in because my sister did not pay her rent at all.
Oh, oh no.
Then she was taken to court for damages that costed way more than she put down on the security deposit. My sister did not end up having to pay, but basically hated my... Oh no. My sister did end up having to pay, but basically hated my wife for this. We met after this all went down, and I went to go pick up my sister's stuff she left behind that my wife was decent enough to not have thrown out yet. We started chatting and really hit it off. Started dating. Year and a half later, she got pregnant with our son. Now, happily married, but my sister never took it well. We weren't as close before all this, but after becoming a quote-unquote traitor, in her eyes, we didn't talk much. She hasn't even met my son, who's 3. My parents are really trying to push for us to have family Thanksgiving at their place. My sister never wanted to go because I'd be there with my wife, and she didn't want to see me. My parents never pushed it before because they didn't think my sister was being fair, considering the issue she has with my wife were all things that she did herself. This year they feel different though. since my sister broke up with her boyfriend of 6 years, and it's her first holiday without him. She, however, doesn't want to see my son or wife, so that's why they're asking if they be left at home. My wife doesn't have any other family, and I don't want her and my son missing out because my sister doesn't want to see them there. It's not a problem for me to miss out on dinner with my wife, so my sister could have company, and I just stay home with my own family. My sister is blowing it out of proportion because she wants me there, but I'm being an asshole because she wants, quote-unquote, the whole family there. Parents are taking her side because it's been a difficult year losing her boyfriend and job, so she just wants one family dinner for Thanksgiving. I get it. It's been tough for her. I'm just having a hard time seeing how it's selfish for being inconsiderate to not want to exclude my family.
She's pissing me off. First, you don't pay your rent, and then you mad at the landlord for asking for it. And then
I don't like
money.
landlords.
Yeah, landlords are scum, but that's different.
Absolutely parasites.
Yeah.
But it's like,
She's
But
the
it's their
problem here.
job.
The landlord.
you don't pay your mortgage. The bank's taking your house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like, I'd
And
be pissed
cause
if, like,
damages beyond the security deposit.
What does that even
court
mean?
Awarded.
What does she do? Also, that's probably still less than the 4 months of rent that she didn't pay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's the thing, right? Is like, I looked into this the last time that I moved out of a house I rented. Is like, what counts as normal wear and tear? What counts as damage that could be charged for the deposit? And the amount that is per law counted as normal wear and tear. Keep in mind this was in Ohio, so I don't know the laws there. Is way more than you'd expect. Like, there were nail holes in the wall and stuff like that I was like, yeah, I'll patch this up. And this is not legal advice. But in Ohio, it looked like that all that was just counted as normal wear and tear. So something to be something that is not covered and is so expensive that it goes beyond the security deposit.
Yeah.
Oh man, she must have fucked that
She was a
house
terror.
up while paying zero rent.
I mean, and she's metaphorically continuing that, right? Like,
And I can tell what kind of person she is if she lost her job, if she caused damages beyond the security deposit. I don't know what went on with her boyfriend, but I'm inclined to think it's her
But
fault
there's a
based on the
trend.
rest of the evidence. Exactly.
Right.
What a huge kick in the nads for I can't remember if it was the sister or the parents who said, yeah, we want you to come but not your wife and kid because we want just one holiday where the whole family is here.
Yeah.
Because then that
They're
creates
not
a
your
phrase in
family.
which you're saying the whole family does not include your wife and child. And it's like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what a shitty way to say that.
And for her, I feel like if I was the parents, I'd be like, okay, you want to come this year, but that doesn't mean we got to kick out the people we've been having dinner with for the past 3 years. You haven't even met them. I would have been like, this is not, you're not free to ask them to not come to my house.
My
You know what I mean?
spouse and child, your grandchild, you are willing to bar your grandchild because your daughter has had a bad year?
Right. It's like that.
No.
And I'm like,
not
this is
allowed.
my house. If you want to come, come. If you don't,
Right.
don't. But
Right.
they're coming.
You,
so.
sir, not the asshole. Your wife is not the asshole for this. She's an asshole for being a landlord.
For being a
but,
landlord.
and the rest of your family, all assholes.
Yeah.
You're
Especially the sister.
surrounded by assholes.
yeah, kind of. I think there's an
not in a fun
asshole
way.
here.
It's like, it's on a spectrum. Like, your sister's a level 9 asshole. Your parents are like around a 5.
That's what I was.
The verdict, as we said, not the asshole. Top comment from MG Darian, not the asshole. It's been 6 years and your sister was at fault. Time to grow up and drop the grudge. And the fact that she would hold it against your toddler is ridiculous. If she wants her whole family there, she needs to accept that your wife and child are family, whether she likes it or not. Family doesn't always get along. She needs to deal with that or not expect you to be there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%. There's just...
Start your own Thanksgiving traditions with your own new family. Break the
Right.
cycle.
They're
You
extended
guys are
family
welcome
now.
to my Thanksgiving.
This sounds like a
Yeah.
Rugrats
Estranged.
episode almost.
He has a new nuclear family that he has to take care of, and he's doing it correctly.
It's true.
It's like
Imagine
this is
Tommy
like
Pickles.
kids table like drama, right? This is like Angelica is the sister. She's like, no, you can't be here. I don't like you because you stole my Cynthia doll. Like
these
Canonically
babies
is a
having babies.
really good dancer.
Another comment. Arwen's Rose. Your family is your wife and son. Period. Your sister especially, and perhaps parents, became extended family when you got married.
Didn't I just say that?
Damn. All right.
If you are spending today with your family, that is your wife and son. You don't have to include your sister and parents in that family time because they are no longer core family. Ask your parents if they would be okay if one of them chose to leave over the other while they go off to a family gathering. Would they even entertain just leaving their spouse at home? Would one or both not be offended by the notion? My guess is that they wouldn't even entertain the notion, and neither should you.
Yeah, that's how you fire back. You'd be like, okay, yeah, I'll show up, but Dad's not allowed.
Yeah.
Kick
Mom,
that asshole out.
Mom, you got to leave.
or
It depends on who cooks the turkey.
Sister's not allowed. I'll only show up if she doesn't go.
This Reddit story comes from the subreddit Am I the Asshole? From OP Weens McHeens. Great. Would I be the asshole if I put a birthday hat on my neighbor's pumpkin?
No, you would
Too
be a
obscure, I don't know.
weirdo, though.
Why are you touching other people's stuff?
This is a long one.
Would I be the asshole if I started boiling my shoes? No. I wouldn't talk to you, though. Like...
What is this, the movie
Unless
Holes?
there's a story here.
Obligatory on mobile. Apologies for any formatting issues. Alright. I share a porch with one neighbor who is notorious for not cleaning up after herself or her kids. For example, one time there was a broken longboard sitting right in front of their door that they would step over every day to get into their unit. For 7 months, they just ignored it, until one day I asked the oldest kid, 15 male, to please clean it up. He's a good kid, and instantly threw it away. I told him thank you, and that was that. Now I know I could have cleaned it up myself, but I don't want to assume that they didn't want it. I don't know, maybe it had sentimental value. Plus, I constantly clean up their shared porch. Throwing away trash, picking up cigarette butts, sweeping, clearing cobwebs. I have known her to sweep the porch all of one time in the 6 years that I've lived there. Last year, October 2019, I bought several small sugar pumpkins and placed them on my porch next to my jack-o'-lanterns. After Halloween, I threw all of them away in an unused wooded area next to my apartment complex so they could decompose. The next day, I found one of the sugar pumpkins back on the porch, outside of her door. I know that this is one I had bought because of the particular markings on it. Okay, weird, but whatever. I'm glad someone's enjoying it. I figured she would throw it away after Thanksgiving, then after Christmas, then after New Year's. Well, it's now been a year, and the pumpkin is still there. And it's nasty. It looks like it has practically melted onto the porch. She has put Halloween decorations all around it, and hasn't cleaned it up. I think it's gross, but left it there on principle, because I'm tired of cleaning up after a grown woman. We work opposite shifts now, so I never see her. I also don't have her phone number because she is constantly changing it. I was thinking of leaving her a note asking her to please clean it up, but I'm worried it would somehow come across as rude. So, I think I might have a little fun with it. I'm considering putting one of those little pointy birthday hats on it, and a sign saying happy first birthday. Personally, I think it would be hilarious to get the point across, but my husband thinks we should just suck it up and clean it up. Again, I don't want to do so out of principle. So Reddit, would I be the asshole if I celebrated the pumpkin's first birthday?
Yes.
No, go for it. No, that's hilarious.
I don't know. It's funny, but it's petty.
She bought it. It is petty.
Oh, it's super petty. It's super petty, but you're allowed to be that petty with something that's ridiculous.
Petty, yes. Asshole, no. It's a party hat. She wasn't going to clean up the pumpkin anyway. She's not cleaning up the party hat.
I mean, I think it's funny that she's like, I don't want to clean up after her, but this lady literally did that. This lady was like, you went into the woods and threw shit away, and I had to clean it up. And it's just like, I don't know. It seems weird. seems weird to be like, I don't want to clean up after her. After like literally, you could have thrown away a sugar, whatever pumpkin, into a trash can, and you didn't.
I'm fine with yeeting pumpkins into the woods. That's fine.
No, I didn't say it was wrong. I just thought it was. It's. She kind of did the exact thing that she's not that the OP isn't doing, like cleaning up. She did. She literally went into the woods. I mean, it's pretty clear to me that this is a statement from the neighbor or whatever that I saw you throw the shit into the woods. Like that's why this is sitting here, because I saw you like not throw it away. Like
No.
she had to know. She had to see her go into the
like
woods
your
and do that.
interpretation.
I don't like that either.
I don't know.
Do you
I don't
think
know
that
if
this lady just found this pumpkin? Okay,
No,
on
I
the
think she
assumption
stole
it's
the
the same.
pumpkin.
No, she went, oh, free pumpkin.
Yeah, she stole.
But she
the
threw it
pumpkin.
away. She threw it into the woods.
She went into the trash and got a pumpkin.
But
Yeah, there's
she
nothing wrong
didn't
with
put it
that.
in the trash. She put it in the woods.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you can't put really pumpkins in the trash. That's where their trash is.
Oh no, I think
So
that
it
she
could
just. I think this lady
decompose.
like literally just threw it into the woods. Like I don't think it had to do with
Yeah,
the
but-
trash. She was just getting rid of it in the woods, and I think that's why that pumpkin hasn't moved. I think the neighbor was like, "You're not putting stuff into the trash. You're putting stuff into the woods instead."
So why would she just take one?
To make the point, I guess. Also, I think it's a little weird that she knows that it's the same pumpkin. Like, it's a little strange.
That is weird.
That is weird. That is.
But
weird.
at the end of the day, I think that we're tackling this from the wrong angle.
Mm-hmm.
I think what it comes down to is they share a porch. So this porch is a shared space.
Yeah.
That's note that. The neighbor is, if we are to believe the premise of the post, which you kind of have to for these. If you take that premise, this is a person taking advantage of a shared space and not taking care of it, leaving broken shit around, cigarette butts around, stuff like that. And so in that case, I don't think it matters if she got the pumpkin from the forest pumpkins or if she went out and bought a pumpkin and set it down there. I don't think it makes a difference. Yeah, no, the person who's eating pumpkins into the woods and keeping track of their markings is kind of a weirdo. But,
Yeah.
like, at the end of the day, there's a question of someone left a rotting gourd on their fucking on their shared
For a
porch.
year.
For
Do you guys
a
want to see what it
year.
looks like?
No,
Oh.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, a
All
little
right, I'm gonna
curious.
post. I'm gonna
I
post
want
the
to see.
picture
Does it
in
have?
the chat.
Tell me if it has decorations in the picture. Because like the fact that there's decorations on it tells me it's a message.
Oh,
right?
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
Where'd you put it?
It's in the chat. Or not. It's in the Discord chat, which you can be a part of if you sign up for our Patreon.
Where I don't see it. Oh
What is
shit!
that?
Isn't
I'm
that
gonna start
nasty?
crying. What the hell?
Look
I
at
can
how it's.
smell that photo.
Look at how it's
Right?
reaching out. It's like, kill me.
Yo,
That is
pumpkin.
nuts.
That's there. It's budding.
Their porch
Yeah.
is ruined.
That porch is ruined. It's
Ah.
green.
Yeah.
It's green. It's so nasty.
I'm doubling down on my answer. The party hat and everything's fucking hilarious.
Oh,
That's-
it's funny. And don't get me wrong. You can
Objectively the
be an asshole
correct
and still
move.
be funny. Like it's this is funny,
Oh, hell
but
no.
she's definitely an asshole for doing this. And also, I think that there's a little bit of a Hatfield and McCoy's thing happening here, where they don't get along, and they're neighbors, and they are. This is just like one more recent instance of like a longer term issue. This is, I think that if she went to the woods and found that pumpkin, that was petty as fuck. And
Yeah.
if like, and then she put it back on the porch, and then like just left it there for a year and put decorations around it. That's petty. They're both petty, and I can't tell if this is fun for them or what. But there's a lot happening that we're not hearing about.
Oh, yeah, no, clearly
way
there's
that
a
I would-
significantly larger context.
The way that I would get a power washer and then just wash things away from my side of the porch. So they have like a pile of shit on the end of their porch and my porch is clean. I don't know.
I'm so
I don't know.
confused
The
by
thing
the
is, you gotta
physical
get like the
placement
good
here.
power washers that'll take like the layer of grime off so that you can make like a hard line where you can see the color of the porch change.
Can we talk about how this is a whole floor up? And what the hell kind of patio is this?
It's shared. I know that.
Yeah, where?
Yes,
How do they share the
nasty.
patio?
She was
God,
on last
that's
week.
like
She
disgusting.
highlighted nasty, and it is foul.
I mean, that is. I've
It's
never
really
seen
bad.
a pumpkin decompose to such a degree that you can see like the structural elements of the exterior, but none of the interior is present. I mean, it's present. It's just everywhere, but on the inside.
Yeah, Jaime, you pointed out that it's on the second floor or higher. I think second floor is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Could be third. That makes it worse
Yeah, much worse.
because there are people above you that have to deal with the smell, and below you that have to deal with the drippage.
Drippage.
And you can see the drippage at the
Right.
edge there. There's drippage.
Yeah, absolutely. That thing's gonna consume the fucking apartment if it doesn't get.
I think you need to do a
It
wellness check.
It looked
on
like
these
it had
people.
rained recently.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
These people need a wellness
God.
check.
That's foul, and I wouldn't wish this on anyone. Ugh. It makes me shit.
I do think OP is being
clearly
petty,
Jaime
but
and-
not an asshole.
Jaime and I are in disagreement, but I think you are not the asshole for dressing
Yes.
in the closed off context of just this interaction of she has pumpkin, let pumpkin rot,
yeah.
so you're putting the hat on it as a way to send a message that at least has some humor to it. I don't think that you're an asshole for that.
I will say this: am I the asshole?
there are some
Presume that there's
edits.
only one asshole, and I think in this case there are two assholes.
I'll take that.
I'm going
All
to take a
parties
guess and
involved.
say if we had the full context,
There are
yeah,
some
it's
edits.
just two neighbors
There are some
being
edits.
dicks to each other.
yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Let's read the edits really quick. Holy guacamole! I can't keep up with the comments. Thanks everyone for honest feedback. I've been laughing at all the amazing ideas for how I can address this. First and foremost, I hope this satisfies your appetites, you animals. This is the infamous pumpkin. I've already shown you the picture. I included her flower pot for size comparison. Now to answer a few questions. We live in a condo complex with an HOA. Our units are owned by separate people, and I don't have any way to contact the owner of her unit. I also don't want to get any authorities or whatever like the HOA involved, as I'm not trying to get her in trouble.
Oh,
Her kids are 17 and 15. The longboard incident was a few years ago. The kids are not in danger or neglect that I can tell, so they're not, destitute or whatever. I will not be calling CPS or DFS on her. She's a slob, yes, but she's not a hoarder from what I can tell from the front door, at least, and her balcony. It does not appear to have any debilitating mental illnesses. Both my husband and I have talked to her in the past about keeping a shared space clean. This has not changed her behavior, and she's quick to blame the kids for not picking up after themselves, yet there has never been an issue where I've had to ask them to do so, except for the longboard thing. We don't have a bad relationship, but I wouldn't say we're friends. It's more just friendly chit-chat when we run into each other in the parking lot. She's generally a pretty easygoing person, but tends to act immaturely for her age. And yes, I know that putting a party hat on a pumpkin isn't exactly the pinnacle of maturity. I'm not out here cleaning religiously. Thank you for your concern about my supposed OCD, but I promise you, I'm not some sort of crazy neat freak by any means. I just feel that shared spaces should be kept clean, and that functioning adults are fully capable of cleaning up after themselves. It is possible that one of the kids or their friends put the pumpkin there. However, there is no possible way that the mom hasn't noticed it over the last year. You see it as soon as you come up the stairs. Well, she could be like, well, damn, she kept this pumpkin here for a year. She could not know that if the kids did it, that it's not her pumpkin. You know what I'm saying?
but she said that she put like Halloween decorations around it, or holiday decorations or something. Like somebody's doing this.
I think what may have happened here is the kids, if they did steal it, put it back, and then when she was trying to clean it up, when she was getting rid of them, the kids were like, oh snap, let me put this back so in case I guess she counts or something. And then the mother doesn't know that they did that and just thinks that
It's
OP
still their pumpkin.
just didn't clean it up, right? So it's not my pumpkin, so why am I cleaning it up?
This feels like a Greek tragedy in the making, like the kind of backstory you get in like Aristophanes.
This
I think
is
I would be like.
Shakespearean in its construction.
It is. It really is.
She said she doesn't see her now, but I feel like the next time I see her, I'd be like, "What's with the pumpkin?"
Yeah.
I mean,
Can we talk about
not
that?
confrontational,
Well, yeah,
but just like,
yeah,
what's going on with the? Yeah.
Yeah. Like in a year, you wouldn't be like, "Are you gonna clean up the pumpkin, or did you need help cleaning up the pumpkin?"
Are you allergic
because
to pumpkins,
it's rotting.
maybe?
It's turning into its own being
Yeah.
before my eyes.
It's
It will be
becoming
the
drippy.
It will be the pumpkin's apartment soon.
Okay, this post has given me lots to think about in terms of conflict resolution. Honestly, I'm thinking I will probably just clean it up myself and then talk to her about it next time I see her, whenever that is, because I'm not going to try to cause any tension. But I'm also thinking I need to have a little photo shoot with the pumpkin to give it a proper send-off and a birthday celebration.
Honestly, this
that
almost
she
comes
did.
across as being like a little bit cute now in the end with those
Yeah,
edits.
it's kind of playful.
It's playful. Like there's not
Yeah.
animosity between
There's not,
them.
yeah, they don't hate each other.
I think that's what I would do is I would leave the party hat and everything on there for like one day to get
Yeah.
the point across and then clean it up.
I don't know if I'd get the point across. I don't know if I would leave it up for it. I would have the photo, like I would buy it. I'd have the photo shoot for myself, and then just be like, all right, whatever, and then just throw it.
No,
all in the
I
trash.
do it just long enough because that at the one day point she can come home and be like, oh, what the fuck, and she'll either have the reaction of that's very silly, yeah, maybe I should handle this, or have the reaction of, oh, that's kind of a dickish thing to do. If it's such a problem, blah, blah, blah. But as soon as you see it cleaned up the next day, you go, oh, okay, it was a playful bit. Like, immediately it is like, you have sent a message, but also not been like an egregious dick about it. I think that is the...
Yeah. Could you imagine if they hated each other,
purpose.
and it took a turn like what's that movie where she bakes her poop into the pie?
The help.
The Help, yeah.
Oh.
It'd be the
Oh.
Help situation.
I heard she makes her poop into the pie, and I was like, "What?"
No.
Tony, it's a good movie. Watch it.
Okay.
It's a very good movie.
That's it for this episode. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you don't experience any of these horror stories. Does your how are you with your in-laws, Tony?
Oh God.
Thanks for watching.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Oh,
No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.